Hey, everyone. It's Let Me See Your Transcript, your very history teacher. I know. Why are you still up? Let me see the transcript. I thought you were going to lay it down earlier. I did. And I watched my friend's live, Darryl Moore, cigar blogger. Y'all should go check out his live. It was really good. It had my other friend, man, Charles Disease, my other friends, Craig Kingz, and they had one of the subscribers on named Monique LaShawn. It was really good. Really great discussion. Really eye opening discussion. But usually after a live, my brain is still, it has not come down from, the discussion and the chat and everything like that. So it's still coming down. And so I'm still wide awake. So, but I just wanted to know if anybody else was on. Uh, just wanted to chat or talk about something. Usually Max or was on, but he's not coming back till August the 8th, I think. And then he's reformatting his show. And then I think Binary is going back. He's just doing the daytime now. I really don't follow Smoke. Welcome back. I'm glad you're back on the YouTube street, Smoke. KKC and Let's Get Into It don't come on tonight. ZD and Paige used to come on Wednesdays, but I guess everyone's doing something differently now. So I thought maybe there are some other people like me who might be still up, wanting to do something. So plus doing these last few late night lives, because there'll probably be a time when I'll have to like go to bed early. So I gotta get up early and stuff like that. So yeah, put something in the chat. Let me know if you're here. But I just had some like I said, it's silly August. I had some that go lay down. People who need to go lay down, I want them to go lay down. I probably need to go lay down. So I just came on here just to see what y'all up to. One thing me and my friends was talking about earlier today was J Lo is back with Ben Affleck. And my friend was like, she needs to go lay down. And I said, I agree. I said, this is deja vu. They did this back in the 90s. Like, okay, this is cute. All right. But we moving on. I don't care. Like, didn't you just get out of a relationship? Y'all supposed to get married last year, but the pandemic messed it up. Y'all just broke up this past January. It's office. You got a new man and you got a necklace on with his name on it. Aren't you his rebound guy? His rebound woman? When he with his ex-wife Jennifer Garner for 14 years? And when you with A-Rod for 4 or 5? So y'all both rebounding with each other? Okay. Whatever. Still on my list. People that don't need to get married again. But that's just my opinion. You know? So but yeah, I'm just like, whatever. Go lay down. Go lay down. Hey, Miss Furlow speaks. How you feeling? Is that a ladybug and two paws next to your name? So I was like, yeah, I need to go lay down. Let me go lay down. So what else are y'all up to? I'm just bored, y'all. As you can see, you're drowsy. I'm not there yet. I probably should have went straight to bed, but I was just like, my brain is up. But I have to admit, after Darryl and them live, I did have to go drink me a green apple Smirnoff because oof, my brain. Mm-mm. Y'all go watch it and let me know what y'all think. Um, it was really great discussion that needed to be had. I got 3 shots in my shoulder. Why you had to get 3 shots in your shoulder? Why you had to get 3 shots in your shoulder? Oh. Did they give you some of them good pain meds for that? Or was the shot in the shoulder the pain med? Just the shots. Okay. Was it like a what do they call it? Quarter something shot. Lidocaine. Oh, okay. My aunt used to get the lidocaine patches. Yeah, those work real well. So Miss Furlow speaks. Let's real talk. It's you and look, it's just probably just me and me talking. What did you think of Monique LaShawn's I guess testimony? What did you think about it? Monique LaShawn, the lady that was on the panel with Darryl, Mad Church Disease, and the McCray Kings tonight. What do you think? You think of her testimony? You said who? Forget her name. Hit the like button, y'all. Okay, it was a bit confusing. Yeah, I have to agree because I think they all had a question. I think Marcellus did a really good job of like making sure everyone had a question, taking turns, and asking clarifying questions. But it was getting confusing because I was trying to understand her, uh, what she was saying, you know. Um, because I was just still trying to understand. Okay, you say you was. I told you I was drowsy. Because I was trying to figure out. Okay, you're delivered from homosexuality for 3 years, but it seemed from her testimony she was a lesbian for over 35 years. So I was like, okay, so you newly delivered. This is still fresh. And then she said she had 3 kids. And so I was even more confused because I kept thinking, like, oh, I was under the impression, which sometimes you shouldn't assume, because she was used to be a lesbian, she didn't have any children. Because I had never heard her mention any men, but then she said she had 3 men that she did sleep with. But I thought like they were her husbands or something, but they wasn't her husband. And then so I'm trying to figure out, okay, so did the Lord deliver you from having the sex outside of wedlock with the man and being a lesbian? So, because I'm thinking like, I know the topic was about a homosexuality, but wasn't having sex with the men outside of wedlock, what isn't that supposed to be a sin too? if she said, because she said she was raised in the church. So I'm just like, so I had other questions. I'm like, well, did your family give you a pass because you had three children? So they knew like, oh, she slept with a man. So they kind of like tolerated her being gay. And I'm trying to understand. I think she is, and I think I remember the McCray Kings had a good. I think it was Tremel had a good point. He said the only thing that cures or delivers someone from a homosexuality if you are celibate. And even in the Catholic Church, like being homosexual is not a sin, but committing a homosexual act is. But it's also the same for heterosexuals. If they have sex outside of marriage, it's still considered a sin. But in the Catholic Church, just like other religions, men and women, same sex cannot get married. So I was trying to figure out, was she like that too? Like, oh, she's just celibate. So she's delivered. But then I was trying to figure out, okay, she said it delivered her from that. So I was like, is she celibate or is she married with kids? You know? I was, and that's why I asked the question. I said, so if you say you don't, because her question was, she really didn't answer, like, are you still attracted to women? So, and in a way, she was hesitant, but she was like, yes, but, and she kept saying but a lot. And then I said, well, are you attracted to men? And she was like, no, not really. And I'm like, wait, that makes, okay. So do you want to get married and have kids? Or do you want to get married to a man? And then she kept saying, no. I said, well, the Bible's talking about eunuchs. If I get married to a man, yes. If I don't come, oh well. So she was like, well, they have eunuchs in the Bible and they still serve the Lord. And I'm like, well, what I read about eunuchs was that they were wholly or partially castrated men who guarded harems of a sultan or a prince or a king. So I'm just like, I'm confused. I don't want to say that the sexy toy lady. I think for her, I think she really believes wholeheartedly she has been delivered. She says she has not been with women the last 3 years. She says she goes to work, she comes home, and she goes to this church. Her pastor is a former lesbian who is now an apostle, who has the same problem as she has. So I was like, okay. Um, and then she even said, as far as Andrew Caldwell, she felt like Andrew Caldwell, it was a missed opportunity. Cause I guess because he could have really witnessed to people like, hey, I've been delivered, and then be delivered, but he keeps doing all these other things that still says he's gay, which I agree with. Oh, when I said, you know, how alcoholics, right? They go to AA. One of their things is that they will always be an alcoholic. But since they are in AA, they take the steps so they don't become drink to excess. Because for them, it's something they'll have the rest of their life. So I'm just trying to figure out, is that what she's doing when she says she's delivered? Like, oh, I'm and I was just trying to figure out, like, okay, are you really homosexual and you don't commit the acts? Does that make you delivered? Or is it, because it was something that Marcellus had said about doing the steps or doing something doesn't make you delivered. Delivered makes you be delivered. Yeah, because for me, I feel like if she's still attracted to women, to me, I feel like that's either a natural occurrence or you could say it's a temptation. But if she is not given into temptation, she's like is she a recovering homosexual? Is that her deliverance? Is that she's celibate? And to me, I feel like she's still struggling with that. And that's okay. You can say you're struggling with that. But I was confused by her comment when she said, "Oh," because I think somebody asked her, "Oh, are you really delivered? Are you going through a healing process?" And she was like, "I'm not. It's not a process. I am healed by God. I am healed." But then when Tanika had a really great question about, well, have you thought about changing the way you dress and look more feminine if you are, being delivered, so you don't see that former life that you see in the mirror? And so then she said, "Oh, it's a process." I'm like, "Wait a minute. You just said it wasn't a process." I'm confused. And I ended up drinking a green apple tomorrow. Hey, Trishna. Hey, Trishna. Okay, but that's assuming that you are just so free from temptation. There's no struggle whatsoever all the time. And my thing is this is my opinion, and you might agree with me. I don't believe fornication is a sin. I don't believe having sex out of wedlock is a sin as a heterosexual. And I don't believe it's a sin as a homosexual. Just like there are excesses that we probably shouldn't do. Being promiscuous, I feel like, is an excess that you shouldn't be indulged in. So if I as a heterosexual can still love and serve God, and I don't believe fornication is a sin, then why can't she as a homosexual be the same? But I understand what the church and different churches say about fornication and also about homosexuality. But I just felt like, and I think Darryl hit more in the head. I feel like she has had the church say, "Oh, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do this." But she has been struggling with being homosexual her whole life. And yet she tried men at least 3 times. And she had children out of wedlock. But is her being homosexual, does that outweigh her having 3 children out of wedlock? If the Bible says flee fornication? Like, is the church picking and choosing which one is most severe for her? Hey, Leonard. Hey, Deanna. Okay, Deanna, that makes sense now. See, that's what I was trying to figure out. She's practicing celibacy but healing and struggling from homosexuality. Okay, I could get that. Like when Miss Frost speak, it's a battle within the mind. Okay, I can get that. Yeah, she gets and deserves grateful repentance. Yes. And I also heard her, I guess she's also trying to minister to her former friends who are in the life, or who are, I guess, being outwardly and practice, being gay. And I'm just like, okay, if you're trying, if you're struggling with homosexuality, you're practicing celibacy, should you be hanging around with your lesbian friends? Or do you got to work on your soul salvation for yourself first? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because my thing is this: if she decides to say, "Hey, I'm gonna be celibate and I'm gonna, be delivered for homosexuality. I'm gonna love the Lord and live my rest of my life happy." Okay, yes, I'm gonna pray for you. Do you? Do you? If she decides, you know what, I've tried battling this thing back and forth. I gotta live with my truth. I can serve the Lord and be gay, and she goes and be gay and be happy. Guess what? I'm still gonna be happy for her. How can you help someone when you believe you need help? That's a good question. Leonard, like you can hang to a point. Hang to a point. I hang with a murderer to a point, but if he carries a gun, I leave. Okay. And that's what I guess probably was what's really keeping me awake. Cause like I was trying to figure out what she was trying to say or what she was doing, and I was like, okay, I probably should go lay down. Or does no more need to go lay down? Or do we all need to go lay down? Cause no, I wasn't the only one with questions. And then someone got spiteful with me in the thing, and I was like, I think I think she needs therapy. And it wasn't like saying that she was crazy or anything was wrong with her. It's because I felt by listening to her that yes, she's been delivered for from homosexuality 3 years, but I still see her, like you said, having this struggle. And then on top of that, she says, "Oh, I have 3 kids, and my relationship with my daughter is not good." It was like because she's gay, and I try to tell her. So here she is, a former gay person, newly saved. You're trying to preach to your friends, and you're trying to preach to your adult child who's gay, and you say, "Oh, she's gay because she was molested." Now, everyone who's been molested don't necessarily all become gay, but I guess in this turn, maybe it did. Or did it become from her daughter watching her mom be in homosexual relationships, being like, "Oh, okay, that's normal." Or is it a combination of both? Because from what Monique said, she she wasn't molested. She was raised in the church. She was attracted, her first female attraction was to her teacher, then to another woman when she's 16. That's different experience from what her own child went through. So I just feel like, I don't know. Maybe a therapist would be a good idea because maybe they can unpack. And it's something I remember Eliana Van Zant said when she was talking to the Mitchell brothers. And it's like two of them were gay. And some of the kids, the boys, were molested. And so one of the things she had to say is, I think she told two of the boys, you all need to talk to someone and address whether or not you are gay because you were molested, or you got molested because they thought you was gay and it was okay. Yeah, nature versus nurture. You know, because we can look at someone like Donnie McClurkin, and he said God healed him, Jesus healed him, but then but then he had a child out of wedlock. But I remember that he did not get a lot of judgments because of that, you know. And then he got engaged to this woman, and it didn't work out. And then here he is on Unsung saying he thinks he's going to be alone the rest of his life because he does not know how to make someone else happy or be in a relationship. And he said he's tried with men and women. So he said, "Oh, I just retreat into my ministry and my music." So is this his form of celibacy? Okay, I don't know how to deal with a relationship. I don't know a man or a woman because I'm still struggling. So I'm just gonna be celibate. We know he wasn't celibate for that one time he had that child. So I'm just like, are we giving him a pass because he's Donnie McCurkin and he makes good music? And see, and that's what I think too, Deanna. I kind of feel like, okay, is what she's going through like, is it like being a recovering alcoholic? Like, I'm always going to be an alcoholic, but I'm going to take these steps so that I can be sober. What steps is she taking to not going back into having a relationship or sex with the woman? That's what I was trying to get. That's why I asked question. Are you married? Do you have kids? Are you dating men? How do you call yourself a heterosexual if you say you're still attracted to women, but you're not attracted to a man? Are you taking steps? And there are actual programs. I don't know if all of them are correct or the same, where there are men who are married and they finally admit, like, hey, I was molested, or hey, deep down, I have a male same gender attraction, but I love my wife, I love my family, and I want to be happy. And so they go to therapy and they give themselves, like, hey, you're the man, she is the woman. This is what y'all need to do in your relationship. Like, is it, go date night, be alone, certain music. Like, is there like, what I'm saying? Lewis says you don't have to preach people. People to change your lifestyle. I want what you got. Attraction, not promotion. Okay. Yeah, I just, and that's why I said I think she, it's, to me, it's my opinion. I'm not a doctor, but this is from what I heard, and maybe, I need to go back and listen to uh uh go back and listen to Darryl's video again. But I just feel like, yeah, there are some conversion therapy that are hoaxes that don't do it. But I'm talking about actual other programs where they're not trying to convert them to being straight. Is that these people have decided, I want to be married, I want to be have a family, so I'm going to, counsel them or therapy, whatever, so that they can be better husbands. And I'm assuming there's someone like, or be better wives if the wives are, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Kojic doesn't promote therapy. And that's the thing. I feel like that's why I said I think she needs therapy, because she's been in a Kojic environment her whole life, and then she's barely keeping up with them and then keeping up with how she's feeling. Some gay children are isolated, so they fall prey to molesters. Um, yeah, and also those pray to gay away camps. Yeah. It is a complex conundrum. Each of us has a unique expression of our better self. We all struggle with something. My straight friends don't judge because they are addicted to something nefarious. Hmm. Okay. Let's go. Pentecostals just believe in prayer. But I think it's not going to be prayer alone now. Because I had a cousin who said that once, oh, when he has problems, he just gives it over to the blood of Jesus. But my problems, it wasn't Jesus. I tried that. It wasn't, I needed something more. God made these doctors for a reason, and I needed to go. Ultimately, molestation does not cause gayness. Molesters cause molestation. It is the adult's fault, not the identity of being gay. Correct. YM. And that's why I said the dream doll in the chat. I said you could, or I said this is a general set. I said you can be saved, delivered, and go to therapy. That's true, and they ostracized Nisi for that. But I also think because it's a new generation, um, those girls were raised by Maddie Moss Clark, so it was a bad reflection, I guess you could say, on Maddie Moss Clark, or rebellion. I don't know, you could say that. But I guess when Karen is now the mother, maybe it's different. Maybe she's not Maddie Moss Clark. Or maybe it's another cycle in their family. Like, hey, someone in the previous generation had kids out of wedlock. Well, guess what? This is happening to this one. How you gonna respond now? I mean, was she really gonna treat her son like they had treat Niecy? I think conversion therapy and personal touch very different to people who are struggling with their sexual identity. I agree. YM, I really do. I just hope and pray that she gets the help she needs from the church, but I also strongly suggest I think she needs a non-religious therapist to help her really unpack some things, you know? No, no, I understand, Louis. I'm totally understanding it more and more. She's Her dad was a deacon, became a bishop, and she's raised in this church, but she's feeling something else. And even when she has children with men, she's still, n- she's still battling these feelings. And then is I guess they're active lesbian for couple of decades, and now she's not anymore since the last 3 years. Um, mm. And then she also said she has um a time, tough time speaking with her daughter, and I just feel like, okay, we black people, we can go to church, be saved, and get therapy too. And I think it was Mississippi Girl talked about generational curses. Correct. You do. And one of my things is that my therapist helps me with is doing steps to get better. And I remember watching something someone had posted, and they said sometimes you make the same mistakes and end up doing them over again. And it said don't panic because you didn't become like a hot mess. You became a hot mess or kept doing the same thing in phases. So that means your therapy and your healing is going to have to be in phases too. Yes, absolutely. Please hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. Yeah, this is probably why I'm still awake because I was still trying to understand. Um, Even though I am a LGBTQ ally, some things I don't understand, and I was still trying to understand Monique, and I was just like, okay, you're trying to understand this because to be honest, most of the LGBTQ people I deal with are out and open and proud and living their life. I'm not dealing with someone. I've never really dealt with anyone that was like, oh, I'm a former lesbian or I'm a former gay person before, you know? And I also wanted to say, it's my opinion, when she said that her daughter was molested and she wanted to know if that was because her daughter is gay, which I was thinking like maybe. Then I was also thinking maybe, well, weren't you in a lesbian relationship? So she was seeing that and thinking that was okay, or was she? Is it nature? Like you are gay, so she's gay, you know? And then my thing is this: is the root of the reason why your daughter doesn't want to deal with you because you're preaching to her about being gay, or is it because she felt like you didn't protect her when she was got molested as a kid? There's a whole nother dynamic there that I think needs to be addressed. I just was like, I think some therapy or something needs to be happening. Yeah, we do. I think a lot of us from heredity. Yeah. And my thing is this, she kept saying her aunt's friend was gay. Her aunt's friend was gay. And I kept being like, was your friend, was your auntie gay too? Because I'm starting to think this is running in the family. It's just normal. You know? I got a gay older cousin, I got a gay younger cousin. As far as everybody else in the family, straight. Hey, but hey, it's gonna happen. And some statistics say at least 1 out of every 10 people is gay. I think so too, Deanna. So I hope and pray she gets the help she needs from her church, but I hope she considers also just a non-religious person as a counselor. Yeah, so that's the yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or maybe I just need to go lay down. Mind my business. But it was just on my mind, on my brain. Hmm. Because I know I am trying to stop, they say the generational curses. I'm trying to stop repeating things that was done from previous generations that were toxic in my life. I am trying to actually be better and do better. Oh, it's a gene. Mm. Yeah, I think she's a very nice person. I do. I had troubles occasionally when she kept saying but. But I'm glad she was able to let her guard down and share with us because this conversation needs to happen because maybe it's going to bless someone else to address those similar things in their life or to go get, yeah, healthy, wealthy, and wise. So, but yeah, I just wanted to go like, hey, we can be. I might even change the title. We can be saved, delivered, and go to therapy too. Yeah, Leonard, that was something too. Yeah, that's true. That is something too. And thanks for the honesty. Mm, yeah. So, but yeah, that was just on my mind. I was just trying to process what was, going on, and I guess maybe because I'm just because I know the McCray Kings. I still had a problem with. I still feel like she was still preachy and still trying to like convert them. Like, hey, y'all need to stop being gay and get delivered like me. These are two men raised in the church. One of them was a deacon in the church. The others father is a minister and brother is a minister. They got married. And I'm just like, does she know that she's talking to them? And that she's probably not gonna convert them. And they have a relationship with the Lord. You know? And I'm just like, and this is my other thing. Who says the McCray Kings ain't delivered already? They love the Lord. They're married. They got their own YouTube channel, Facebook. They give really great messages every week, every day. And they still go to church. So who says they're not delivered? It may not be delivered from homosexuality, but there's a whole bunch of, hey, 10 Commandments. The following 10 Commandments are loving other people, love what did Jesus tell us to do, love one another as he loves us, love our enemies. I'm just saying, like, they sound like they delivered to me. They just delivered in a different way. Hmm. Yeah, the Curry Kings are married. All 10. And that's my thing is, like I said before, there are references to homosexuality, which if you look at the translation, was really talking about pedophilia, not homosexuality, in the Bible. There's over 30 some references to adultery. There's a whole 10 commandments. Does one of them ever say, thou shalt not be homosexual? Come on, let's have this discussion. Let's be honest about it. You know? You know? Just let's be honest about it. Mm-mm-mm. Just let's be honest about it now. Yes, we all have to see God for ourselves, and we have to have our relationship with God. And we got to study the Word for ourselves too. Yeah, if that's what you, yeah. And she has really great skin for a 50-year-old. Cause the way I heard her and I saw her, I thought she was in her 30s. She was like, "No, I just turned 50." I was like, "What kind of moisturizer do you use, sis? What kind of moisturizer do you use? What is your skincare routine? I need to know." My right hand keeps itching. I hope that means I'm gonna get some money. Did y'all see that prayer that Marcellus had in 18 Facebook group? He said if some money or some increase was gonna come. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep. Well, y'all, I'm finally am getting sleepy and drowsy. Thank you for listening to me and having this conversation with me the last almost 45 minutes. I know it was on my brain, and I kept thinking, like, I wonder if there anybody else up that wants to talk about this. So about 20 of y'all came in here, and I hope you left here more enlightened and able to go lay down, like I'm about to go lay down myself uh, after this. And Just let you know, I am after I do the 10th episode of African American Greed, I'm gonna start on my ASCA series, and I know I'm looking for other members of the LGBTQIA community to interview, but I'm thinking I'm gonna get this lawyer. Also, anyone, lawyer, realtor, doctor, anyone that career wise, uh, that or anyone in a social justice organization, you interview and you learn more about some things that can help some people. So, because I know there was some discussion in Darryl's live about someone brought up, someone said hermaphrodite. The proper term is intersex, and I think we might need to have a separate discussion with an intersex person because we were just dealing with homosexuality. Dealing with intersex, that's getting into a different arena, I think, a little bit. So, but thank you to Speaker to Roxanne, Miss Furlow Speaks, that sexy toy lady, Leonard, Emil, Trisha, Deanna, Lewis, and JJ, YM, Angela, Montgomery. Thanks for coming, Trisha, Janelle. And if I forgot you, blame it on the head, not my heart. Hey, Commer Cult, I'm about to leave, girl. I don't know. I think it's YouTube. Cause for some reason it takes some people a while to get my notifications. I don't know why. So tomorrow I'm coming with Dana Chanel episode 10 of African American Greed, and this woman is something else. Also catch up on the other two videos I posted earlier. I had a funny one about my friend, two of my friends today. Also check out my friend Darryl Moore. His latest video from the night. This is what the topic was from. And then Monday was speaking to Roxanne. She had an anonymous letter about a cheating husband. And so I'll see y'all tomorrow. And then after my live will be head with me over to Mookie and Tamika Sweet Pea Brown. He got another comedy roast coming. So talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for being with me. I hope y'all can sleep well now. And let's all sing our favorite song. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Good night, y'all. Bye.